Hello, hello, hello. This is Elissa from Mink Arts and Crafts. Today I am bringing you a post-review finish for Daylight. This beautiful painting from Diamond Art Club is by PuffyGator or Ananaki. This was, to me, a large painting. To many others, this is not a very big painting, but I've been doing most of my paintings would be roughly half the size of this one here, or like a 30 by 40, whereas this one is a 42.6 by 50.7, so probably pretty close to double the size of most of the ones that I've been doing up until this point, so it felt significantly larger than what I'm used to. I am totally and completely in love with this painting. This was an absolutely incredible piece of art. I love everything about it. I love the colors. There's so many colors in here. There's 51 colors and let's see, 51 colors and only 2 ABs, but there was one fairy dust. Number 51 was a fairy dust diamond, which you can see here, down in this area here in the clouds. So kind of in these clouds in the background, a little bit in the whisker. Oh, the whiskers were an AB. But the fairy dust you can see here in the clouds. And then also a little bit in the cheek, and then coming up around the front part here, and then up into the moon. This outskirting of the moon right here was also fairy dust. And then you'll see the ABs. The first, you had 1 and 2. So one of the ABs you can see as a white AB, more of a whitish blue AB, and that one in this light right now is looking very blue. But when you look at it from the side, you can see the white, and that one is right down through here. So it kind of ties in these clouds here. You can also see it in the cheek, in the muzzle, up around the eye, a little bit in the face, some around the cloud here, and then back around in the clouds there, and kind of scattered throughout for that AB. And then the other AB was like a yellow golden AB, which you could see kind of skirting around the outskirts of the hair on this fox. And then there were so many beautiful colors on this one. I loved this. The rendering was done extremely well. I loved how the color just seemed to flow, and it worked very well. You could see all of the detail of the fox. You could see, it makes you, like the way that the rendering was done, when you look at it, you actually look like you're looking at the textured hair of this fox. I loved all of that. And then the rainbow of colors coming down through here. You've got these gorgeous, I'll bring it up so you can see a little, like, look at that shimmer right there. And that's one of these things that I love. And like, it literally, as I come into my room, into my studio to like look, like it's sitting on this desk in here, and you walk in and it just like shimmers. You lose it when you with this light coming on it, but when I bring it up and you can see this shimmer of it there, oh, look at that color. And as you do this, I mean, as I bring it up, you can see, look at the vibrancy and all of those beautiful, beautiful greens and blues and all those shades right down through here. That was one of those things I felt like with it down on my desk, you kind of lost some of those colors there. So I wanted to bring it up so you could see that. The rest of it you could see really well with it down on the desk. And then as we look at this sky, you would think, yes, there was a lot of color blocking right through here, but which was a great practice for me to get better at the color blocking. But then it's what you don't notice, and they did such a good job of it, is integrating the transition from color to color and shade to shade as you come down for the sky. So you get this nice soft blend from all of these blues. Because when you look at it, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 6 different blues that it transitions through. Yeah, there's like 6 different blues that you're transitioning through right through there before you come down into all of these other beautiful shades down through here. But it just flows so well through those colors. And that's just something that's absolutely incredible. But this was a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. The only thing that I was not, the only complaint that I had, and the only out of everything on here, like absolutely a dream to work with. No popping drills, obviously. I mean, it's a diamond art club. Like, the adhesive was beautiful. The canvas feels incredible. My washi tape doesn't stick very well, but that's like a standard for washi tape. But I liked this pink, sparkly, simply gilded washi tape. I felt it went very well with this painting. But my only complaint that I had was I'm not a fan of this blue outline right through here. I don't know. I feel like it kind of distracts a little bit. It's fine like right up in here, but I feel like it just gets too bold coming right through here to have that blue outline. I don't know. I'd have to look more closely at the original artwork, but I feel like, yeah, it's like you don't see that vibrant blue outline in the original artwork. So as I bring it up, you can see here's the original, and you don't see that blue line around the chest of the fox right through there. So I didn't like that. So that's not something that I was a big fan of for that part there. It was kind of like an odd choice to have that there. And now I'm like, okay, was that just me not doing anything right? Let me sit down. My cat is snacking on my chair, so let me see. So now I'm curious, and it's got me wondering, did I like lay down the right color? Because this is supposed to be like that same blue that's all in the sky. So now I'm going to, let me go ahead and pull one of these off and check. Let's verify. Because now I'm curious, did I lay down the right color through here? Okay, so it's the little check mark, which is 41. Which is, yeah, that's the right color. Okay. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't just like a me thing, and that it was an actual, like, me laying, it was not me just being weird and laying it down the wrong way. Okay. So sometimes I'm always like, did I do that the right way? Is it supposed to be like that, or was that me just like, yes. So that is what the rendering called for, was this darker blue here, and then it was a lighter blue up here. But I'm not a fan of it. Like, this part isn't as bad, but I would have rather it, yeah, and then it got darker down here, but I would have rather had it just be the color, like something like how they had it stand out up here, versus what it is down here. All right, but otherwise, I mean, look at how gorgeous this is. Phenomenal. That's my only complaint here, and I think that's just a personal choice. I just don't like how that rendered right through there. But it's relatively small considering how absolutely phenomenal this kit turned out. I don't keep track of trash like some people do, and that's primarily because my garbage can, like when I'm working on my desk, which is right next to me, the trash can sits like just like underneath my desk to my right. So if I get a drill that's like one with those little Swiss cheese holes or something like that, I just take the drill and I just toss it in the trash right below me. I don't see a need to collect the trash in a special trash can or anything like that. So let me give you the stats on this, because I know some people like stats. So this is Daylight by PuffyGator, Nanaki. It's a round drill kit, 42.6 by 50.7 by Diamond Art Club, which you can tell with their lovely phrase, do what makes you sparkle, which I love because this makes you sparkle. This is a full coverage 51 colors, 2 ABs with 1 fairy dust, which I'm actually going to annotate that on there. ABs, 1 fairy dust. I started this kit on the 28th of April, and I finished it on the 7th of May. And this one took me 25 hours and 5 minutes to complete. So significantly longer than my smaller kits, but I went through it pretty quickly because there wasn't a lot of confetti to work on. It went overall pretty good because you could just kind of follow along with a lot of like these lines. You'd follow down the color. With how I work one half of it, flip it over, work the other half. And I do, because I work sideways, I started here, worked this way, then went from here, worked that way with it laying on its side. And then I do all of one color, working from here down, then the next color from here down, and so on, until I've kind of completed that half of the painting. What's interesting to see, there were a couple colors. So these are the colors you can see in here if you're curious to know how many I had left over. I do like to use the Elizabeth Ward trays. It's easy, and I leave my stickers kind of like overlapping, and I don't stick them down very well, so that way it's easy for me to peel them off. There were a couple colors in here that I was worried. Let me find them on here. There were a couple that I was worried I was like 27 and 23 and 46. I was worried that I was going to run out of those 3 because there were so few left over. I don't think, no, those ones. So, I mean, like, when I'm saying I was worried I was going to run out of them, I mean, look at how few I had left in there. That's how few I had left at the end of 23. So I was worried I was cutting it really close to the end with 23. 27, similar. You can see there's not a lot of drills left in there, so I was worried that I was going to run out of that one. Because, I mean, when you're doing something and you've got, like, with 18, I mean, that's a lot of drills left in this container here. A lot of drills left in, like, some of these little ones. I mean, you've still got a good chunk left over in some of these where it's a little bit less, but then others where you're like, oh yeah, that's a lot of drills still left over in those ones. And then also in 46, I mean, that's like, let me get it without the glare for you, but that's not a lot of drills left over in those 3 colors. So those were the 3 that I was worried I was going to run out of, but I did not run out of. So anybody else planning to do this kit, do not spill your 23, your 27, or your 46, because if you spill them, you may run out. At least if your bag was filled like mine were. The other colors, I felt like I had plenty of, and I didn't feel like I was going to run out of those colors. But anyways, that's a lot of drills still left over, and they're some beautiful, beautiful colors. And I mean, like, look at how many fairy dust I had left over. That's a lot of these fairy dust drills that are left over. I'm really tempted to get the bling up my unicorn rainbow. Like, the horn, there's, like, not enough bling in my unicorn rainbow. And now that I've got, like, the fairy dust, that would look really good to bling up the horn of the unicorn rainbow with fairy dust. So, and then the ABs over here, still plenty of the yellowish color for around the back side of the AB, and then the bluish AB from the clouds. So anyways, this was my leftover drills, which I always find fascinating to see what you have left over. If anyone's curious as to the tools that I used for this, I primarily used a combination of I primarily used, like, I love the shape of this particular pen. This is actually a paint gem pen. I just like the 3-bump, and I like the angled placers, so I use the angled placer with the 3-bump, and then I have a 3-placer on this side for those small areas where you want that fine control. So I use this one, and then I can easily rotate back and forth. And then this one right here, which is my other primary pen, and I like the stainless steel tips. Again, you can see I use the angled placer, and this one is from Jim's Handmade Pens. I think that's the name of his shop, but I absolutely love this blank. And then this one is a 6 placer right here. And I have ordered a couple more blanks, a couple more pens from Jim's shop to get them in, because you can choose how you want your pen turned from Jim's shop. So this is my first one that I've ever ordered from him. I just loved this color, and I was like, I don't know, because I'd never ordered a pen before beyond like ordering the Paint Gem pen, which is a 3 bump. So I was like, well, let me try a 4 bump. So this is a 4 bump, which I don't mind. I like it, but I really like the 3 bump. It just fits my hand better. So I've ordered a couple more pens from him that I'm waiting to get, which are going to be like 3 bump like this, because I love that feel of the 3 bump. But this pen, I love these colors. So those were the pens that I used. These 2 pens here with my Elizabeth Ward trays. And then I used a combination of the wax from, this is for, I believe, Patty Wax, which I used the black coffee and a little bit of the Australian bamboo grass, depending on my mood. No, actually, I didn't use the Australian. I used black coffee and in combination with, in my single placer, with the fresh brewed coffee from Mary Mud in my multi-placer for her mud. So I used that combination in one pen, and then I used the clementine and mint in the other pen with the orange creamsicle from Patty Wax in the other one. So that way I had that combination. So the single placer, I would use the wax, and then the multi-placer, I would use the mud. So that way I kind of paired them where I had coffee in one and then like a citrusy smell in the other, so that way I could kind of mix it up a little bit. And then I have my tray by Lexi Sparkle Craft. I have a purple tray which is over on the desk from Lexi Sparkle Craft that I keep my pens in while I'm working. But this is my post review. I mean, this is an incredibly gorgeous piece. So if you were on the fence about whether you wanted to sign up for like the restock notice to be notified for when this comes back in stock, you'll hear my dog as she grumbles in because I have a pug. But if you want to sign up for the restock notice for when this comes back in stock, since it is sold out, I would strongly recommend it, because this is an absolutely incredible kit, and this artwork is gorgeous. I think this is my favorite piece that I've seen by PuffyGator so far, and I was super excited that I got this on the release, and I was pleased that this is my first large for me, painting by Diamond Art Club. And I mean, it's only my second painting that I've ever done by Diamond Art Club, and I mean, it's my first full-size one, and I'm extremely happy with this as a full-size painting from them. So anyways, yes, let me know what you think in the comments. If there's anything different you would like me to say, do, show you about, talk about in the post review. I like seeing the finished paintings, so I just want to make sure I show you guys what they look like and go from there.